Distinguished Chairperson, co-panelists, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. So, given the paucity of time, in the next 8 minutes, you'll walk away with 3 ideas. A very good idea in terms of what Hitachi as a company does and what Hitachi Data Systems can establish and collaborate for you. Number 2, a simple framework that will help you deliver better e-governance in terms of how you manage your data and information that's being generated today. And a radical framework in terms of how you can better deliver services given the new data types and new information types that's going to come our way in the next 3 to 5 years. You know, listening to conversations yesterday and in this morning session, we are very excited about the possibilities of our collaboration together. Because if you look at Hitachi, a $100 billion enterprise, which has been in the business for more than 104 years, what you all are trying to accomplish is very clearly aligned to what Hitachi as a company wants to deliver. And that theme is called social innovation, and the purpose of that theme is focused on social and economic transformation, and that's what each one of you around your e-governance projects are going to deliver. So at one end of the spectrum, you know, we provide integrated transportation systems, integrated power systems, not just generate the power, but help you transmit the power, distribute that power, help you build smart grids. We not just provide and build health equipments, but we also provide integrated healthcare solutions so that you can deliver better healthcare and efficient healthcare services back to the society. Not just build water treatments, but also help you build smart cities. And we've been doing this for many, many years. If you look at it in terms of e-governance platform today and how data and information needs to be leveraged to deliver very efficient and effective e-governance services, you need to look at 3 key tenets. The first one is, how do you have seamless access to your data, independent of the application, the infrastructure, the media, and the location where this data is? The second thing is, how do you eliminate or stop the proliferation of silos? And the third tenet is, how do you leverage whatever investments that you have made? Yes, the government does have money, but doesn't have unlimited money. So how do you leverage existing investments that have already been done? And how can you leverage that to provide better e-governance services in terms of data that's already out there or information that's already out there? Following these 3 tenets, we've seen customers across the globe really implement very effective and efficient data management and information management solutions. In the last 12 months, using this very simple framework, we've helped a lot of establishments, both at the center as well as at the states, to deliver very effective e-governance programs leveraging our enterprise virtualized storage platform, and also build a lot of efficient business continuity solutions, leveraging whatever investments that they've already done in their data centers. You can see a couple of those projects, both at the state and the center, being delivered out there. And these customers have leveraged the rate contract that's currently established with DIT to go ahead and implement these platforms and solutions. Now, if you look at the new data types that's going to hit us today, ask yourself a simple question. You need to apply different disciplines to different types of data. Statement of records, yes, a simple process of storing and protecting would work. But the content that you generate, for example, of biometric data, your fingerprint, your photograph, your certificate, your land record, this is data at rest. This content will outlive the application that created it, the infrastructure that was used to create it. And you need to have access to this for hundreds of years. How do you now go ahead and access this content when you sunset that application? How do you go and access this when you sunset that infrastructure? When technology becomes obsolete, how do you go and manage this content? And that's where you need to move away from just storing and protecting to preservation and governance and the ability for you to analyze this content and search this content at scale. You should be in a position to go ahead and ingest any type of content independent of the application at scale. Have a mechanism to archive it, have a mechanism to protect it, have a mechanism to go ahead and have that data available independent of a location or independent of the provider or independent of the device, and have a mechanism to search that content intuitively. And then, because you've ingested this data, you should be in a position to search this and analyze this data and create new ripples of information that can help you drive better information management or deliver better information services. Here's a classic example of a project that we've executed. This is the project at the National Archives and Records Bureau for the United States. So the entire presidential records of the last 5 presidents today are leveraging the content platform strategy from Hitachi Data Systems. In addition to that, this particular platform today can acquire and ingest any type of content. And once that is ingested, it can be searched by the public, it can be searched by various agencies, it can be reused, it can be processed, it can be self-serviced and delivered. And now this particular project is gone to billions of objects within that content platform. And today it's now going to be leveraged by the US Patent and Trademark Offices. It's going to be leveraged by the National Nuclear Security and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So that's the kind of scale that we can help you build in India today to deliver very effective and efficient e-governance services. If you look at what's really going to hit us in the years to come, there's a proliferation of devices. So currently we have around about 50 billion devices that are out there proliferating data and different types of content. Statement of records is only growing at around about 1x. But if you look at human-generated data and machine-generated data, for example, that's being delivered by satellite images, geospatial applications, by devices, by sensors, by videos, by photographs, that's growing at more than 100 times. And you need a different mechanism to manage this data and information. What you really need is a very radical platform leveraging windowing concepts and decision-making concepts at the source. If you really look at what's happening in the industry, computer systems, storage systems are growing in gigabytes per second. The networks are growing in gigabits per second. With that sort of limitations, it's really not possible to process this sort of information that's being generated. You need a very radical, intelligent platform that will help you reduce the data scale, which is growing in exabytes, and move the intelligence, the logic, the query, and the processing at source, and then move that into a central facility for preservation and reprocessing and analysis to generate new forms of information. This is going to be a far better, efficient way in terms of how you go ahead and store and preserve and govern and analyze your information. What's happening in the industry is, for the first time, I think Moore's law in storage has been broken. Hard disk drives are reaching end of life. We may not have enough power and cooling to store all our data in the next 5 to 6 years. Hitachi is developing a lot of very unique technologies. For example, we have quartz crystals today that can store exabytes of information in 1 square inch, but not commercially viable. We've used nanotechnology to polarize an atom to store your data. We have those technologies available, but still not commercially available. Till such time, we'll have to think of a radical, intelligent platform like what I've described today to go ahead and help and manage your content and information. So the architecture that you could potentially look at is primarily to have, a mechanism where you can process information at source. You could have information processed at your district data centers. You could have information processed by mobile users on any devices. You could have a mechanism where you could have information processed at your state data centers, all around cloud, so independent of application, independent of protocol. You could process it and have free information exchange and preserved and governed at a central facility. This gives you a mechanism to go ahead and adopt new technologies that will come our way, especially Web 2.0 and Web 3.0 applications. You will also be in a position to go ahead and leverage new cloud applications that are evolving in the marketplace today, but still don't have to change the way you write your application. And even if you sunset your application, you will have seamless access to your data and information. And you will also be in a position to adopt next-generation technologies as and when they become available. So this is a very radical framework in terms of how you could prepare yourself to deliver far better services than what you're delivering today, leveraging technologies and different data types and information that will come our way in the next 12, 24, or 36 months. So if you all are interested to see how Hitachi Data Systems can help you make your existing e-governance platforms far more effective and efficient, and also explore new technologies around our social innovation platforms, send out a mail to Srini Rao, who's sitting out here. He's head of our government business. Srini, can you stand up? So send a mail to him or send a mail to us or tweet me out that Twitter address handle out there, and we will come back to you. So thank you once again.